the fastest way to get to $1,000 per day with AI print on demand. So there's not going to be any fluff or BS in this video. I'm going to be fully transparent with you guys on how you guys can go out there and get to $1,000 per day with your AI print on demand business. All right. So make sure to subscribe and let's get into it. All right. So we're not going to be talking about Etsy or platforms like eBay. We're not going to be talking about Amazon. We're also not going to be talking about something that feels like a 9 to 5 job or requires you to do a lot of work, right? We're also not going to be talking about something that you need a lot of money to get started with. And we're also not going to be talking about something that has a high barrier to entry. In this video, we're going to be talking about two simple things. And those things are Shopify, and we'll be talking about Google Ads. All right. So you need a Shopify store to host your e-commerce website. That's what we're going to be using for our print on demand business. As far as advertising, we're going to be using Google Ads because it's the best ad platform out there in 2026 to run a print on demand business. And let me explain why you want to run Google Ads instead of these right here, right? So the cons of running on Etsy, eBay, Amazon, right? So with these platforms, they have fees. Every time you list an item or sell an item, these guys are going to take fees. We don't want to be paying them fees. You're never on the first page, especially as a beginner or rookie without SEO optimization skills. Therefore, customers are not going to find your product because they're not going to go to page 5 or page 6 to find what you sell, right? And then the third con is that you could lose your shop, right? These guys can suspend your store at any time and close you down for no reason. The fourth con is you don't own customer data. So if your customer gives you your email and all that stuff, you don't own that type of data. So you can't do like marketing or anything like that outside of the platform. And then the fifth con is that there's no way to optimize towards sales. So there's no conversion tracking. They don't know who buys and all that stuff like that. So they're not going to optimize your shop to get more sales, right? So these are the cons of eBay, Etsy. So now let's go over the pros of Shopify and Google Ads for print on demand, all right? So with Shopify, you own your own shop, you own your own website. Therefore, you cannot have your shop shut down and it won't get suspended. On Shopify, you also own your own customer data. You have their email, you have their SMS. Therefore, you can remarket them and sell them more products. Now, with Google Ads, there's absolutely no fees whatsoever. So Google's not going to charge you to list an item, and they're also not going to take a cut of anything that you sell. With Google Ads, you're also on the first page. So when a customer types in the product, your ads are going to show up at the top of the page, right? And the last thing is that you can optimize towards more sales because with Google's there's conversion tracking. They know who buys, and they're going to show your ads to people who actually buy things. That's why you should be running Google Ads and Shopify instead of the other platforms like eBay, Amazon, and Etsy. All right, so just to show you the power of Google Ads and print on demand, here's a website called Anime 8. So we check out their traffic sources on SimilarWeb. We can see these guys are doing about 700,000 monthly visits, which is an insane amount of traffic. And the great thing about it is most of the traffic is actually coming from Google. If you look at social paid, it's only 5%, so that'd be like Facebook or Instagram. So most of the traffic is coming from Google. These guys are indeed a Google Ads print on demand store. Even if we check their shipping policy, we can see that all their items are made to order. So that just proves that these guys are doing print on demand. If you check out their website, we can see that these guys are selling a bunch of anime t-shirts. They sell hoodies, they sell socks, they sell all types of garments. Pretty much these guys are just making a bunch of AI designs and putting them on clothing, and they're making a heap ton of money. If we come over here back to SimilarWeb, 700,000 monthly visits. If these guys are getting $1 per visitor, they're making on average $700,000 every single month with just one print on demand store. So now we're at Google. I've typed in graphic tees verbatim. You can see all these products that show up at the top of the page. These are called Google Shopping Ads. These are the type of ads that you want to be running for your print on demand business. All right. So a Google Shopping ad just consists of an image, a title, price point, and a brand name. That's all it really is, right? So a customer would type in graphic tees, or they would type in something like stickers. They'll look at their products and they'll just click on the one that they like the most, and they'll go to the website and buy, right? It's really that simple. So if I go over here to WordStream, which is a tool that lets us see how many people are searching for a keyword, query, or product every single month on Google, I've typed in graphic tees, filtered out by the USA. We can see that graphic tees has 246,000 people that are searching for it every single month on Google. So that's a lot of people that are searching for graphic tees, graphic t-shirts, right? And you guys are missing out on this traffic by not running Google Ads. If I come over here and I type in stickers, filtered out by the USA, we can see that stickers has 301,000 people searching for it every single month on Google. So that's a lot of people. That's 1/3 of a million people that are typing in stickers, and you can be selling them stickers on your print on demand store. If I come over here again and type in mugs, we can see mugs has about 90 to 100K people searching for it every single month. So just a ton of volume that you're missing out on in print on demand if you're not running Google Ads, right? So if I come back over here to graphic tees, I like this listing right here because it kind of reminds me of the Etsy style layout. So this company is called Doce Rivera. So if we go over to their website, we can see what these guys are doing. So first, let's go to SimilarWeb to see how much traffic they're getting. So according to SimilarWeb, these guys are doing about 42,000 monthly visits, which is absolutely insane. If they're getting $1 or $1.50 per visitor, then they're making a cool little $50,000-$60,000 on their print on demand business every month, right? If we come over here to Koala Inspector, we can see how many products they have. These guys have 1,400 products. So that's a lot of products. That means these guys have a wide catalog. And that's what I preach. You guys want to have a wide catalog, right? So if we look at their website, we can see these guys are utilizing some type of AI designs, right? They're doing print on demand. So nothing really special about what they're doing that you can't do. The only difference is these guys are running on Google Ads, right? So all these designs you literally can make yourself. All right, so now I'm showing you guys how to create high quality designs in record time. So the way to do this is just to use a tool called Manus, or you can use a tool called Kittle, right? But I use Manus and I told it to create me 20 vintage 90s style designs of various dog breeds. And within 3 to 4 minutes, Manus spit out all of these designs right here. Now, all these designs are sellable. All these designs are high quality. All these designs are things that I can make money off of with my print on demand store. They're ready to go, ready to be screen printed on, so I don't have to do any vector work. It's all done for me with Manus, right? And this took like less than 5 minutes, guys, and they made all these cute, awesome dog t-shirt designs that I can start making money with, right? So there's no need to be in Canva all day. You could just use Manus to create and do all the design work for you. All right, so imagine if I told you there was a way where you didn't have to create mockups, you didn't have to spend hours coming up with SEO titles or descriptions, and you didn't have to spend time uploading the products. So the only way this is really possible is with a site called mydesigns.io. So if you don't know what they are, they're pretty much a tool that allows you to bulk import all of your designs at once, and they're going to come up with the mockups, they're going to come up with the titles, they're going to come up with descriptions, and then they're going to publish it to your Shopify store. So you guys don't have to draft up items, you guys don't have to write titles, you guys don't have to write descriptions. These guys are going to do everything for you, and then they're going to publish your products to Shopify. This is what's called an automated system. And I have all right, so the absolute best niches that you want to be running for print on demand. So these are the top niches right here. Now you'll have a lot of gurus that'll tell you the richest are in the niches, right? And that's completely wrong. You do not just want to pick one niche. You do not just want to be confined to one niche. Instead, what you want to do is you want to run what's called a general store. So a general store is just a combination of all of these niches, right? So why would you just limit yourself to one niche when you can sell multiple niches, right? The more products that you have on your store, the more revenue or money that your business can make. So you want to make sure that you're running a general store, not a niche store. All right, so with Google Ads, we want to make sure that we have big catalogs. Big catalogs are the goal. So you want to think of products as different types of doors or portals, right? The more products you have on your store, the more doors or portals a customer can go through and shop with you versus the competitor, right? So let's just say your competitor has 5 products, your store has over 1,000 products, right? What do you think the customer is going to shop with? Obviously, they're going to shop with you instead of the competitor. The reason why is because they have more opportunity to. You have more listings on the Google shopping feed. So the more products, the more money for your business. We want to have as many products as we can so we can scale to the highest revenues possible. All right, so here's a Google print on demand store called His Design. If you go to SimilarWeb, we can see their traffic, and these guys are doing about 74,000 monthly visits, which is absolutely insane. And the crazy thing about it, guys, is most of their traffic is actually coming from Google Ads, right? So if we come over here to Koala Inspector, we can see how many products the store has, right? So these guys have 448 products on their store, which is a pretty decent sized catalog, right? But if we come over here to their website, guys, you can tell that it's a print on demand store. I mean, look at the products that they're selling. All these designs were probably made with AI using something like Manus or Kittle, right? And there's really not much to it. These guys are probably using a fulfillment partner like Printify, and they're just getting designs put on these shirts, right? So you guys can do the exact same thing. And because of AI and the power of scale, you guys could have thousands of products on your store and run Google ads to them, right? It's really, really that simple. There's nothing that these guys are doing that you guys can't. All right, so guys, the first thing you're going to need is a Shopify account. So I have a link in the description where you can get 12 weeks of Shopify for only $1. The second thing that you're going to need is you're going to need a Printify account. These guys are going to handle all of your fulfillment and they're going to ship your products out to your customers in a timely manner. All right, so get Printify. You're also going to need Manus for design work. Manus can spell out designs extremely fast. You can also use a tool like Kittle as well, does the same thing. You're going to want to get a mydesigns.io account. All right, then you want to go and get a Google Merchant Center account. So use GMC to start running Google Ads. And then lastly, you want to get a Google Ads account. So let's hop inside of Google Ads. Let me show you guys how to create your very first campaign. All right, so now we're inside the Google Ads interface to teach you guys how to set up your very first campaign. To get started, you want to click the blue icon that says New Campaign. It's going to ask you to choose an objective. We're doing e-commerce, so you want to select sales. All right, you want to make sure that you have your purchase conversion tracking set up properly. I see a lot of newbies making the mistake of not setting it up the right way, and there's really no point in running advertising if you don't set it up the right way. So you want to make sure you have it set up correctly and that it's inside of conversion goals, and then click on continue. All right, so now we have to select the campaign type. So for e-commerce, there's two campaigns that work well, shopping and performance max. In this demonstration, I'm going to set up a shopping campaign. So I'm going to click on shopping. Now for your campaign name, you want to pretty much name it whatever the collection is. So I usually go collection, and then I'll do collection name, right? All right, so your GMC is going to populate right here, and then you want to click on continue. Now there's two options. You have average daily budget and campaign total budget. So if you were to come in here and put in, let's say $100 for campaign budget, what will happen is once the campaign spends $100, it would stop running. We don't want that. We want to run ads continuously. So we're going to click on average daily budget. And I recommend starting out your campaign with about $25 a day. All right. So now the next section is bidding. We have three options, right? So we have target ROAS, maximize clicks, manual CPC. Now with the new account, you actually cannot just jump straight into target ROAS, because it requires you to have conversion data, conversion history already in the account. So it's recommended that you have about 30 conversions within the campaign in a 30-day time frame before you switch over to this bid strategy. But we cannot utilize it from the jump, right? So we can only use maximize clicks or manual CPC. I recommend starting out with maximize clicks because it's an automated bidding strategy, and Google's going to do all the bidding on our behalf, right? So the only thing you have to do is set a max cost per click bid limit. So if you were to come in here and put in, let's say $1.75, essentially what you're telling Google is you can spend anything less than $1.75 to get a click, but you cannot go over this amount to get a click. And Google's going to follow those rules. All right, so you don't have to worry about anything right here. But for campaign priority, this would be if you had multiple campaigns that shared the same products, you would have to give it a priority. So what's your best campaign? What's the one you're prioritizing the most, right? And Google's going to be able to know which one to prioritize in the auction. You want to click on next. Now for locations, you want to do United States. And you want to click on where it says location options. And you want to make sure you click on presence. If you leave it on presence or interest, it allows Google to target people outside of the selected location in which you want to target. We only want to show our ads in the United States. So we're going to choose presence, people that are in the United States only, right? Now for political ads, you don't want to do anything. You want to click no, because we're not running any type of political ads. And then you want to click on where it says more settings right here. And then you're going to scroll down to where it says networks, right? And the thing you're going to do is you're going to uncheck this. So we do not want to include Google search partners. What this allows Google to do is show our ads to people outside of the Google platform. And we only want our ads to run on the Google platform. So you want to make sure that you uncheck this. And then we're going to click on next. All right, so you're going to give your ad group a name. So you want to think of ad group as like ad set inside of Facebook. In Google, they call it an ad group. So you just give your ad group a name. And then you're going to test all products. And then you're going to click next. All right, and then you're going to publish your campaign. And once it's published, the campaign will probably take like 12 hours to activate, and then it'll start running, right? So this is how you set up your first campaign inside of Google Ads. Now, if you need more help, you need key max help, how to set up GMC, how to get approved, the full A to Z guide, I'll have a link in the description. It'll be the first link to my course. And my course is only about $37 right now. I don't know how long it's going to stay that way, but make sure you go and grab it if you want the full A to Z guide. I'll see you guys in there.
You got me reaching